the day, another hyper bullish post from the Richard Hart. Man, this guy's good. I gotta say, I do like to see him tweeting a lot. And not just tweeting again. He can tweet about. A lot of people look at, oh, he made another tweet about censorship resistance, or made another tweet about lawfare, made another tweet about, some other thing that's not about the price, for example. Lately, you got a lot more reason to be like, oh, he's talking about price go up more often. He's talking about how he really likes certain things. And the one he did, was it this morning or last night? Very, very recently, struck me as very, very interesting, and I want to talk about. So let me pull it up here. Say hi to chat in just a minute, but I like Ethereum more than most people, lots more. I really want ETH to do well. Again, if you read this in the context of, the ETH whales who have tons of ETH who seem to really, really like PulseChain, it reads a little different than just generally. The Ethereum Foundation says they don't want to compete against other blockchains and to say no to culture of competing and winning. By the way, if you read the what he's talking about here, I was like, is that what? That doesn't sound like a bullish thing to say about one of the representatives from the Ethereum Foundation actually saying that. And again, I get the spirit of decentralization, the spirit of blockchain and DeFi, and wanting to have this very principle-based approach to things. Totally get it. Same time, competition, even outside of price, is, do you want to be the number one world computer? Or do you want to be number 15? And I think healthy competition is a good thing. I believe the absolute opposite. I fully endorse competing and winning, even so much it's in my name here. So he does talk about ETH and PulseChain, helps lower the fees. Pretty interesting. PulseChain is the best attempt I can think of to help Ethereum. It's a real L1, not risky. Centralized L2, we're in real trouble if they turn off the centralized sequencer. It also doesn't have centralized validators because everyone runs their individual nodes instead of signing up to some middleman to run validators for them. PulseChain also has higher throughput and lower inflation while being at core almost entirely Ethereum, because the code is almost entirely Ethereum's code. And he makes a pretty bold declaration here. Ethereum is PulseChain's testnet, which it actually is, the way that the PulseChain devs are using it, for example. So features Ethereum mainnet gets are tested in production before PulseChain might get them. That's safer. And then talk about the PulseX. I'll get to PulseX and some of the stuff around Ethereum momentarily as well. Constantly burns, never can inflate. PulseX is traded for so many things. Helps a ton. Learned Hart's law to understand why. Yes, Hart's law, very important. PulseChain is the best attempt I've seen at making Ethereum better. You may even have free coins waiting on you there. Literally millions of people do. Go check. And then if you're already secure, marketing is king. ETH needs marketing. And we finish it off with this banger. Why survive when you can thrive? Go get them, Ethereum. The better you do, the better we do. I usually don't. I'm not usually a fan of reading between the lines. I tend to think that it doesn't give you a lot of, it produces too much narrative in a lot of ways. But boy, any theories you have around big ETH whales helping the ecosystem, these are some lines that they're just bullish, super, super bullish. So pretty cool. Love to see RH tweeting so much recently, and again, so much around competing, winning, around price, if you like that. Of course, he's talked about Trump as well. Trump also shout out to freeing Ross Ulbricht, founder of Silk Road. We'll see who else he pardons as well, but that's a pretty good thing, pretty objectively good thing, I guess you would say. I don't know what the case against not freeing him is. I really haven't heard a compelling one. So pretty cool. Hopefully he can go be a force for good in the world as well. Pretty interesting stuff. I do like I do like the bull stuff. This picture, Melania, that hat. You're just the hat. We got Ivanka with her hat. You know, at least you can see her face and stuff. But this is a very serious, a very whole family. JD Vance over there as well, and Eel on the back. Some epic photos from the inauguration, and I'm sure we'll have lots of more fun stuff going as well. So, anyways, really wanted to show that I fully endorse competing and winning. Better you do, the better we do. Oh, such good stuff. Really, really like it. I like it. I like it so much. I haven't checked the price for a while. I wonder how it's doing. It is pretty sideways. A little bit of red. Let's look at 7 days. Nope, no, I'm not gonna look at 7 days. We're gonna look at 1 hour. Come on, give me some green somewhere. Okay, there we go. Hex is up in the last 6 hours, 1.8%. I will not let you see red for very long today. Too good. 5-minute chart. No. Anyways, great stuff. Love Hex, PulseChain, all the core, a lot of great community coins out there. Hopefully they start popping off as we go along this market as well. And I wanted to get to, I'll say hi to chat in just a minute. Chat, where are you at today? I see Red Squirrel. How's it going, man? Yeah, I see Astro369. Shout out to Astro369. Hope you're doing well out there. Hope to see a lot of you in Vegas in a few weeks as well. Coming up pretty soon. It will be time. This is a great, so I've been watching some, again, there's not a lot of creators that I watch, especially creators outside the ecosystem. But this one by Aaron Bennett was he makes some pretty good, just like sub 10-minute videos about different topics, which are pretty good. And I really like this one, so that's why I wanted to share it. I'll put it in the chat as well in case you want to take a look at it. That's what I do. I share information. And yeah, so good. So good. Also, yeah, chat, I'm going to need you. We're going to do an AI question before we get into PulseX. You want to hear about PulseX? You know what to do. Be fast. Be fast. So Project Stargate is getting a $500 billion investment into AI. Are you using AI to give you an edge in this world yet? Give me an answer. I'm already using it, or no, but today I'll dive in. Please use AI as your edge. Use it as your edges are hard to find in this world. When you come across something, when I come across something that I just see is so useful and underused and misunderstood, and just like one of those, oh, it's not that useful. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. It's like as a person who strives to have high productivity, a lot of times these days, I think AI is just a game changer. So many ways. Again, I can code and all that stuff too. Extremely helpful for all those things. But even again, just if you just have the app on your phone, if you have the GPT app, and you just see like go out, take a picture of your car, something that's like wrong with it. Like, tell me how I can change, the spark plugs, in this particular car. It just replaces YouTube videos a lot. Cooking. Oh, what is the best? I was asking it recently about, for example, give me some fasting drinks. You can ask it like, how do I, change this recipe? How do I write better? Sometimes before I write a tweet, even I'll have an idea about something. And I even used it for PulseX, actually. By the way, chat, I'm still waiting on you for an answer. I'm going to keep talking to you to give me one. I'm not sure if Brist's answer is for this or not, but I like it either way. So even before I dive into when I was diving into the PulseX and Ethereum and stuff like that, which I know Briss probably has some commentary on as well, I was asking like, evaluate this, criticize this, like what are the pros and cons, what are the upsides and downsides. So before it helps you from saying things that it helps you from saying stupid stuff from time to time, or ideals that are just like there's just nothing to them, or otherwise. I try to not do that. So all right, Briss, I'm gonna take you since you're a champ too. I'm ready. So I'm gonna take that as yes, I'm already using it. Turns out, man, only 43 votes. Come on. I know I posted it this morning, but come on, chat. Give me some more votes than that. I got to get this. I got to pump those numbers up. Got to get this to at least 100 100 or so votes. But it turns out at least around 30 people are already doing this. And it's getting a lot more investment into it. So pretty cool stuff there. Briss also says, I used AI to help me code a simple text game using PulseChain coins. I bet if I tried again, I could do it with modern code bots. It doesn't know everything, but it knows a lot of stuff, and it can tell you how to put it together or put it together for you. It's just I just cannot explain the game-changing effect it has on people producing content and software and the world. It's like talking about software eating the world over time around that .com bubble and stuff. AI is I think going to be pretty similar to it. Hopefully, there'll be a bunch of unfortunate bad stuff from time to time we got to deal with that comes with every technology. So same as the internet, same as everything else. But there'll be so many more productivity gains and hopefully help us, hopefully not get rid of all the jobs or most of the jobs. Hopefully it'll create new jobs. Of course, some jobs are going to go away. It's just obvious. Like, why would you hire people to do this thing that AI can do? Or why would you hire a 20-person team when 5 people can do it? But hopefully the end game will be like help humans focus on creative stuff and not just like entering another digit into the spreadsheet type of jobs, which again, I know people need money. They'll take any job they can get sometimes. However, hopefully it increases GDP, helps the whole world be more productive, and it makes all those other facets of the situations where you would need to take a job that isn't creative or is already automatable and stuff. Maybe you wouldn't have that. You would have other valuable things that would help make that not a position to be in from time to time. So get to chat real quick. Diversify, up and to the right. I like it. Yeah, Ash, what's up, man? How's it going? I mean, you haven't been on the show for a long time. I think Ash was on the show a couple years ago or so. I've seen you for a while, man. Good to see you. Put out a good tweet about ways to market PC eco. Market PulseChain ecosystem. Can I share? Yeah, I mean, I could just go to your Twitter as well. Yeah, Steve, and I can pull it up here. What's your username? I'm just gonna search for PulseChain. It comes up. Don't have it at the top of my head. Is it Hex Deep? No. Or others. Is it Yiddish Deep? No. Oh yes, there we go. No, not that one, right? Was this me? Speaking of that, July, there we go. July 13, 2022. Tech stream RHMax is live with the Ash Deep. Yeah, that was a good conversation. Dang, I don't have it. Is it Ash Deep 369? That sounds like it could be. No, unless you changed it. Oh, it is Hex Deep. Okay, Hex Deep. You changed it from Yash Deep. Nice. Hex Deep 369. I like those numbers. Okay, only 69 IQ. I think that's probably higher than that. Let's see where we got. Pulsing ecosystem, easier to target outside pulsing ecosystem. Is it? Yeah, tell me which one it is. Attention pulsing. If you want to have X premium, take it for rich marketing. Okay, let me share this one. I assume it's this one. Let me know in the chat, man. So attention, Hex and pulsing ecosystem. If you have X premium, want to take advantage of direct marketing Ethereum communities, you can go to premium tab, open radar, type in Ethereum or ETH. It will query all posts related to your inputs. Okay, I did not know about this. This will query all because I'm usually up to date on these features too. So it'll create a query, let radar updates, check real-time updates. This will make it easier to target and market outside of PulseChain ecosystem. Our people complain about filter X, so you have a solution to reach them without spending little money. That's how you do it, including X subscription. Interesting. Okay. So this is, I don't have my premium account here, but I will definitely, that is very cool. Let me go ahead and share that because I want to try that later as well. Thanks for letting me know, man. I'll make a note to check out Radar. So the ideal is that you can search for ETH in other communities. So you can search for ETH, Solana, and reach out to people and like basically engage with people and like be like, oh, here's I know how to fix this thing, whatever it is. And then that creates engagement outside the Pulse ecosystem. That makes sense. It makes sense. I'm gonna play with it a little bit and see what other stuff I can think of from it. I like it, man. I like it. Let's take a note quick. Yeah, I got to come back on the show sometime. Actually, I got a community stream coming up on Tuesday. I think I've set it for Tuesday at, I want to say at 1 o'clock Eastern. Are you available? Let me know, man. Come on and talk about that as well. Love to see this. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Yeah, totally right. Yeah, it will. Again, hopefully so much more good things. Hopefully we'll have so many good problems to deal with instead of some of the like primitive problems we deal with today. Hopefully it'll help all kinds of stuff. And of course, the USA to lead the charge as well. All right. I want to go to, I just got a few minutes. I want to make sure I cover this. Are your bodies ready for, let's see if I can find it. PulseChain launching on Ethereum. Sorry. PulseX launching on Ethereum. Also, by the way, vote in this one. Special stream coming up Friday. Special gifts coming up Friday. Let me know who it is. You can just do it on your own because we don't have time to do the elevator music right now. Also, by the way, if you don't mind, I still haven't seen. Let me try it real quick and see if they updated it. Probably not. Oh man, I think they did. Yay, it worked. We win. So yesterday I was streaming and so weird how MetaMask can actually do that to your browser. There's probably a way to limit MetaMask's ability to do that, to read but it's got to have the ability to read websites. Again, just dev thinking here. But it was like weird that it even like, oh, I guess it can try to flag stuff and do that. So thank you for whoever emailed them and told them to stop doing that. And this was a false positive and all that. So yesterday, weird having that. I know, don't use MetaMask. I know, but it's not for me. Like, it's not. I'm not worried because I can't get to go real DeFi. I don't want other people who, we haven't convinced or anyone hasn't convinced to not use MetaMask, to have that problem. So it's not about you're already in. I'm already here. It's not for me. It's not about me not having MetaMask on a test browser. Otherwise, it's about the rest of the people. So, which reminds me of Richard saying, "I'm not here for you." You're like, "Oh, Richard, I want to stop talking about watches. Stop talking about blah blah blah." He's like, "I'm not here for you're already in. I'm trying to onboard the rest of the people." So, anyways, I need to get to this topic before I run out of time. Where are we at? We're going to get there. You're going to scroll with me. Also, Noster, I still feel like I'm the only person on there or one of a handful. So download the client, get on there. It looks just like Twitter. You can tweet. You can put out some good information about Hex and PulseChain and Richard and stuff too. So I'll put this link in there. Scrolling through. Boom. Awesome. Yes. I'm glad. What's up, Ram Loss? How's it going, man? Shout out to Texas. A very American state, as we'll say. If there's a scale of 0 to American, Texas is way up there. Faux show. So it's becoming so popular. A lot of people from states that don't like freedom tend to find their way to there or other options as well. It's coming up. I know it. I know it. I know it. Here we go. Look at this question. Look at this question. Look at this question. Now that everyone's here and engaged. Oh, come on, mouse. If you die on me, don't do it, mouse. Don't do it. All right, I'm going to ignore the mouse. Should PulseX launch on Ethereum with big pools of wrapped PLS tokens? These are the final results. 62% says yes. Now, do they say yes because red candle stuff? Maybe. If PulseChain and all the core tokens were 10 to 100x over SAC price right now, would anyone care about launching on Ethereum? This poll may be flipped. I could say that. However, what are the disadvantages? I was thinking about this. It's like, what? Obviously gas fees, but again, it's not about the same theme. It's not about you. You don't need to use it. The ideal of launching PulseX on Ethereum would be to have the exposure on Ethereum. People don't even have to be on PulseChain to use a PulseChain native product. I guess you'd say it like that. And they don't even have to be on PulseChain to be trading the tickers too. Now, of course, we want to be on PulseChain, but again, it's kind of like that centralized versus decentralized deal of like, okay, are you anti-centralized exchange? Well, could be a bridge to get everyone come over there. So if you don't want the bridge, you don't want people to get access, a little bit of access without having full access, then maybe you're not going to be a fan of that. But if you're like thumbs up on centralized exchanges as a way to onboard people on the PulseChain, then it's kind of a similar concept of having, for example, PulseX on Ethereum so that we can have that exposure and people on Ethereum can trade PLS, PLSX, wrapped tokens like that. Again, obvious gas fees, but again, it's not for you. It's for everyone else who isn't on PulseChain yet, type of thing. So again, exposure to ETH, that'd be pretty cool too. I mean, again, there's tons of things that could happen on PulseX, new features and stuff. If there was switching, kind of like on, so for example, on 9inch, you can switch between, and other platforms too, switch between Ethereum and PulseChain and all that stuff too. If you had that built into PulseX and you could so easily switch between the networks, and if you had some kind of bridge built in too, maybe like the, PulseX actually had the bridge integrated with the app there, so you didn't have to go to the bridge officially. You could just, use it on PulseX. That'd be pretty cool. Every time I say features like this, I've talked about so many different upgrades PulseX could have in the future. I'm thinking like in the future, like if these things happen, I can look back and be like, yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, that was obviously a reasonable idea. I'm not saying they're going to happen, but it's like I could totally see it happening and be like, oh yeah, that's something we talked about before on the show. So, but one of the obvious questions from this too is like, how would it help the PulseX buy and burn? So I think there's a way. I imagine there's a way to where it can still burn like wrap PulseX. I feel like there's a way to still have that burning and to not take away PulseX and the features, we love so much on them, like the buy and burn, and still have it on Ethereum and have that exposure. So, and then of course we got, like one of the reasons this may not happen, for example, is pride. For example, RH devs pride, like, no, we want everything to be on PulseChain. So like launching on Ethereum would be like, oh, why don't you just get people to come to PulseChain? Well, you couldn't do that type of thing. So again, like defeat the purpose. I wouldn't say defeat the purpose, but it'd definitely be like, okay, like this is, it does not funnel, this would not funnel everyone to PulseChain. Again, it would be like that type of mental model around centralized exchanges. Are you okay with centralized exchanges? Well, then you may be okay with a similar type of exposure for people and engagement for people on other chains with something like launching, a big PulseChain product on another chain to get, especially if you're still trading the coins. It's not like launch PulseX and trade Ethereum coins. I mean, of course, there can be Ethereum coins on there that can be traded natively, which is interesting because that actually opens up you don't even need to bridge coins over in order to pair them with the wrap tokens from PulseChain too. I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. So a few different pros. I honestly don't see disadvantages other than people not directly coming to PulseChain. And again, that's like the centralized exchange argument. Well, like, are you in favor of that or not? And the gas fees don't matter because the people on Ethereum are going to be, it's not for you. Like, people on Ethereum are choosing Ethereum gas fees. Yeah, we'd like to become PulseChain to get cheaper gas fees, but in the meantime, if they're going to be on Ethereum, they could be trading PulseChain products. So I thought of this too. And of course, Dipcatcher, who has so many different ideas and like interesting takes and perspective, talked about this a while back. I remember he mentioned it last year about deploying, PulseX and Ink on Ethereum. Seems like a no-brainer. Not sure why this wasn't done at launch. And I was like, at the time, you remember, I was like, yeah, I didn't pay much attention. I was like, okay, that's a more of a passing idea. But the more I thought about it, I was like, again, if we can make it, if you can set it up, PulseX on Ethereum, where it does so much, it gives us exposure, it gives us, volume or pairing, or it makes everything, it has all these upsides for PulseChain products. I don't know. I haven't heard very many arguments against it. So let me know if you have one. I don't know if there's like this ideal that would just be like, no, it's a bad idea because of this. I don't see it as far as, again, you don't have to use it. It's for onboarding people type of thing. So yeah, actually, if there's an onboarding PDF, nobody gets. Cool, man. Yeah, let me know where it's at. If you tweet about it or share, let's see. I don't know if you, I can make you a mod. Give me just a second. I will do mod thing real quick. I have to go because I'm on StreamYard. I get to hear myself as moderator. There you go. Links too. So yeah, feel free to share, or shoot me a deal too. And like I said, if you want to come on the show and talk about onboarding stuff on Tuesday, planning to have a community program then. What's up, Zenith? Good to see you, man. Hope to see you soon. Back on the show as well, saying the smart things in darkness or in light. Greetings from Poland. Shout out to Poland. Shout out to PulseChainikins in Poland as well. Hope we win the case. We will win regardless. But hopefully we'll have an update. You might want to come to the show Friday if you're interested in that stuff. There may be something going on Friday. You never know, right? You never know. This poll, there's a poll about it. There's a poll. I'll drop it here one more time. Scrolling. Sorry, my pattern matching is looking for an unanswered poll. It isn't over, and I haven't clicked on it on here. Keep scrolling until we see it. Boom, this one. So I think PulseX on Ethereum would hardly be used. Yeah, I mean, that would be the thing, is like it would be a, think about it, instead of telling people, instead of starting with, oh, you have to switch and you have to come to PulseChain and use PulseX, you could say, hey, if you're on Ethereum, you can just stay on Ethereum and trade PulseChain tokens. You still trade them and bet on them and or whatever you want to do, speculate on them. You can hold them. You can do all this stuff on Ethereum. And then if you want to come over to PulseX, it's pretty cool on PulseChain. And like, why wouldn't they every time they're, oh, I have this wrap thing on PulseChain. Why don't I go to PulseChain and have it there? So it may be lightly used, but I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like this kind of a resource issue. Like, I don't think we're going to run out of money supporting it. If it would, imagine our devs aren't poor, for example. So yeah, maybe, I mean, that could be a downside, or it's not even really down. It could be, that could happen, but I don't see any like taking away from the ecosystem. I see it as more of a, again, metaphorical bridge to the ecosystem, getting exposure on Ethereum without having to get everyone to switch the network and all that stuff too, which again sounds silly coming from people who have been here forever and have did that a million times, but not everyone is that experienced or willing to go out of the way to do it. 369 has my little eye viewers right there as well. I'll take it. Across X, at least viewed it one time. I don't know how they count them. And YouTube. That's all I got for you today. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll be around soon. Either see you tomorrow or Friday. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Scivive and 5555. We are out.